A few days ago, I posted a video and it was going over what went so wrong in 2024 when it comes to project panning. We've really not had a great year when it comes to empties and hitting pans and finishing things and things like that. And a lot of you guys said that it was probably because I was doing so many projects. And you know what? Yeah, you're probably right. I have got a list of 10 project pans that I have done this year, and I'm gonna share the fate of them with you guys today. I'm going to be making some cuts because I think it is needed. I really want 2025 to be a great panning year. I really want to get good progress on things, and for that I need to have a talk with myself, and I need to say to myself, well, if I want to do that, I need to make cuts. In my toxic productivity brain, sometimes I go, well, the more projects, the more empties, right? Wrong. That is not how it works sometimes, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that today. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe. I upload every single day here on my YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. I'm going to be doing my face with you guys. I'm going to be using a few Pan Those eyeshadows, and hopefully making a really nice look. So let's jump into it. Right, so I've already lost my sellotape, which is a really good start because I was going to do like a cut wing. So we're gonna just have to do it freehand, I guess, which is great. So I'm just gonna prime with my Urban Decay primer potion. I'm gonna do my eyes first. Normally I do my base first, but I wanna use some glitter today. So to avoid fallout, I am gonna do my eyes. Also, I did my brows finally. Oh my gosh, my brows were getting ridiculous. My brows were needing a trim, and finally I did them. Oh, I feel like I can breathe now. Half of my face is not eyebrow. Okay, I'm probably not going to talk about the products that I use on my face today, but I will leave them linked down below in case you do want to shop or see something that you like. But let's just kind of move down the list, I guess. I've got a whole list of project pans that I've been doing this year, and let's just go down it. So the first one is Pan That palette. I've just set my lid with this, which is my Pan That palette. I've decided that I'm going to keep Pan That palette. I did do a video series recently basically saying 2025 Pan That palette question mark. Like, what am I going to pan? What do you guys want to see me pan? All your ideas. You guys gave me some really good ideas in that video, and I want to say thank you so much for all of them because they really did help me out a lot. So basically in that video I sat down and I gave you guys all of the Pan That palette options that I was thinking of. And it was quite close between Book of Magic and That's Taupe with some blues thrown in there. But I have decided that I'm going to continue on with That's Taupe. I'm going to throw the blues in there as well at the start of 2025. And hopefully hit pan on all of the shades. So that is my goal. My goal isn't necessarily to finish everything. A lot of you guys were saying, like, just don't try and finish things. It takes so long, and Modern Renaissance has been kicking my little bum recently. So you guys have just said, maybe just try and hit pan on things. If you hit pan on it, great. If you want to continue to finish it up, then great. But don't force yourself to completely finish things. So you know what? I'm taking your guys' advice. I'm going to be doing that. So hopefully I'll have pan in everything in here, but not necessarily finish everything in here, which I think is fine. I do have what I like to call toxic productivity, which is I want to like do the most all of the time. So for me, just hitting pan on something is going to be really difficult. I'm going to want to just continue and trying to finish it. But maybe what I can do is once I hit pan, if I don't want to continue with the shade, I could swap it out with another ColourPop shade because they are magnetic. You can put different shades in different palettes. So maybe that could be an option to try and get some use out of some of my ColourPop shades because a lot of them are quite neglected. So that's possibly one option, but I'm gonna kind of cross that bridge when I get to it. But for right now, I'm really happy picking That's Taupe with a few Blue Moon shades. I've been wanting to pan Blue Moon for ages, but I've just not been able to get round to it. But I think that this year, well, next year, I should say, is going to be a really, really good year for that. And because I am cutting down on quite a few projects, I feel like it's going to be a little bit less stressful as well. This year has been awful for me. I've just really felt like a massive failure in the project panning world, but we'll get there. So the next project that I want to talk about is Pan That Face palette. So that is going to be continuing as well. However, I have decided, after the video again that I spoke about earlier, I did do the same thing with Pan That Face palette. What palette am I going to pan for 2025? I wanted to hear all of your guys' ideas. I think I am going to go with my 3 singles. So technically it's not Pan That Face palette, but it still kind of is. I'm going to be panning 1 blush, 1 bronzer, 1 highlighter. And some of you guys did say Alex did also do that this year. So if Alex is doing it, so am I. I was originally really set on my ABH Italian Summer Glow Kit or face palette. I don't know if it's actually a glow kit. But I was really set on that when I was filming the video. However, you guys changed my mind. The ABH did win the vote, but something that I've been saying is even if it wins the vote, it's not necessarily going to be the palette that I pan, because I fell down that trap last year. I started panning my Sofx Revolution palette because that's what won the vote and I was miserable. So I really appreciate all your votes, but they are the palettes that I'm going to be going into 2025 with. I hope you're excited about that, because I definitely am. I feel like this shade has gone really patchy on this outer corner. Can you see that? Great, okay. So now I'm going to go in with Mood, which is also in my Pan Those Eyeshadows series. I am filming that later today, so I just want to get some extra use on these shades, and I'm going to do a blue and green kind of look. So speaking of Pan Those Eyeshadows, let's talk about the fate of Pan Those Eyeshadows. Dun dun dun. That is going to be continuing. I really love Pan Those Eyeshadows, and it's something that I really don't want to give up. It is going to be a little bit difficult, I think, juggling so many different eyeshadow projects, but I feel like this is like the right decision. I love Pan Those Eyeshadows. It is such a fun project. You guys love it as well. It is one of the OGs here on my channel, so of course I want to continue that. I am going to be cutting down on a few other eyeshadow projects, so hopefully that will make some room almost for me to enjoy Pan Those Eyeshadows and not get so stressed. But I really love it. The randomization aspect of it, I love. I might go back to doing all random shades. I don't know. What I might do, let me know down below if you think this is a good idea. Because a lot of you guys were saying that you wanted to see Book of Magic as my Pan That palette, I might have Book of Magic as my focus palette in Pan Those Eyeshadows and just try and hit pan on all the shades. Because that way I feel like I am including it in a project, but I'm also not like forcing myself to pan it. Like I'm not marrying it, you know? And I do love that palette so much. It'll go really well with my That's Taupe. So I don't know, what do you think? Right now, this palette is my focus palette for Pan Those Eyeshadows, and I've made so much progress on this. There are so many pans in here. So let me know, I don't know, maybe Book of Magic can be the focus palette for 2025. I already know this would have looked so much better with tape, but beggars can't be choosers. I'll probably still keep 4 eyeshadows in Pan Those Eyeshadows. I used to do 5, but I think 4's a nice number. So now let's move on to the first project being cut. It is going Deck of Panning. This will not be continuing into 2025. I've actually missed quite a few Deck of Panning updates this year because I just don't have the progress to share with you. This month have also been a really bad month for Deck of Panning. It's just not it. It's just not been great. So there's no point carrying it on. I feel very stressed, and it's always the one that is put to the back burner whenever I'm stressed or whenever I have something, you know, going on. I just never ever reach for Deck of Panning shades. So it will be leaving us in January. I'm going to use a little bit of black just to deepen it up. But yeah, I feel confident with this decision. I feel like this is the absolute right decision because I'm just not enjoying it anymore. I really love the concept. I really love Emily who came up with it, like nothing like that. I'm just tired. And if there's one that can go, it's going to be Deck of Panning, I think, just because I'm not there anymore. I'm not there. Something has to go. And so it's going to be Deck of Panning. And I'm really sad. I feel like I'm betraying my Deck of Panning people. But don't worry, because my logic is if I let go of one project or a few projects, then I'm going to have even more amazing progress in the other projects. So Deck of Panning is no more. I know, I'm so sad. I always hate making decisions like this because I feel like I'm betraying someone. I've been trying to think what shimmer I can do on the lid. Maybe this one. Yeah, that looks good. This is Peridot from my No Pan Left Behind palette. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that works. Pulling in that green. So now let's talk about a project that I kind of see similar as Deck of Panning. I feel like these are like sisters, but this is Fantasy. I did end this project already. It ended in October and it is not going to be returning for 2025. And it's actually like officially not returning. Ali, who was the creator of that project, did actually comment on one of my videos saying that she is not bringing it back. So I'm clearly not the only one feeling this way. It was a really, really fun project. However, it just officially is not coming back at all in 2025. And so that kind of made my decision a lot easier, I think. Like, I love Ali. I think she's absolutely incredible. But if she herself is saying that it's not coming back, then makes my decision a little bit easier. So that is not coming back next year either. Fantasy is a little bit different to some of the other projects because it ends in October. It doesn't end at the end of the year. So I have had a few months free of This is Fantasy. And you know what? I feel good about that already. I feel good. I feel less stressed already with just that little project cut a little bit, which is really, really great. I'm really, really happy about that. And yeah, it's like, I hate cutting projects. I hate cutting them, especially when they are made by people that I genuinely love. I should have probably looked at what glitters I had before starting this video because I don't really have any army green ones. I never realized that until now. They're all quite bright. I don't really think any of them are gonna go with this look. So, I have a few more here. But again, they're all very, like, bright. There's that one. No, that's more of a teal. Maybe I'm not doing glitter. Maybe I lied. I just lied to your face there, guys. I'm so sorry, but here we go. I never thought there'd be a glitter that I did not own. All right, so I'm just gonna try and clean this up a bit. Like that. That kind of looks cool. Okay. How are we looking? I think that looks okay, right? I don't know. I think Fantasy has a really, really... Oh. So as if my ABH foundation wasn't annoying enough, leaking, now it's just done that. I don't quite know what is happening with this. What is happening? How is this a £40 foundation? That is so stupid. I'm so angry. Why? Why? Why is the lid in two halves? Oh my god. Right. I hate this foundation so much. Like, look how grubby and grimy it is. It's disgusting. Right, anyway. Oh, moving on. Fantasy is kind of sentimental. It was one of the first... No, it was the first and only, I think, Pantastic Ladies collab that I was a part of. So, I don't know, letting it go, a little bit sad, It's the right time. Ali clearly thought it was the right time as well. So, it is going to go. It is not going to continue into 2025. So, now let's talk about another project pan. This is Project 10 Uses. I've really enjoyed this project because it is a little bit more chill. It gives me time to just chill out a bit. There's no crazy finish, hit pan, or usage goals. It is just 10 uses, and I really want to continue that. I did recently drop the number of products in that project down from 10 to 8, I think. And I think for now I'm going to keep it at 8. I don't really want to cut a bunch of projects just to overwhelm myself again. So I'm just going to keep it how it is for now. I, again, really enjoy it. I think you guys really enjoy it as well. I don't feel stressed. I don't dread 10 uses every single month. There are a few projects that I do, and we'll get into those later on. But I feel really confident with that. And it also gives me the opportunity to try out some new things as well. In my video that I mentioned at the start of this video, the kind of what went wrong video, I did kind of say that because I have so much PR now, I really struggle to do projects because I want to try all the new things. I want to use what I've been sent, obviously. And I think 10 uses is a really nice way of incorporating PR into projects. It's kind of like a best of both worlds situation. So I think that is a really good one to keep, especially for my needs and for what I enjoy and what my channel is growing into. So yeah, I really want to keep that one and keep that one going, and I really enjoy it. Even if I don't like something in that project, it's 10 uses, you know? It's really good as well figuring out if I want to declutter things, or if I want to give things away, or if things just aren't working for me. It's a really nice project to kind of figure that out as well, instead of having a 50 use goal and being stuck with it for months on end. I just think it's a really nice way of breaking things up a little bit, and yeah, I'm really happy with how that is going. So I really don't want to let go of that one. So that one will be staying. I'm very glad about that. Next, I have one that I think I'm going to be shouted at for. You guys aren't going to like me for this one. Oh dear. But I'm scared to say it. Don't hate me. I have been umming and ahhing whether I want to continue with this project for a while. I did ask you guys in an update if you would be mad if I got rid of this project, and the overwhelming majority of people said, please keep this project. Please keep it. So I have been keeping it for the last few months, but I've not been enjoying it, and that is Pan That Palette in Order. I'm sorry. I think if it was a smaller palette, I wouldn't be as stressed, but it's a 35 pan palette. And to be fair, I think I've done really well. It's really weird that I'm stumbling now when I'm playing with the blues. I love blue eyeshadow. So I'm not too sure why I'm just like not reaching for it now of all times. I think it's just like this year, motivation has just been gone. I don't know what it is. Maybe I will bring it back after I've had a little bit of a reset. However, I just don't think that it's going to be carrying on into 2025. I just don't feel like I'm enjoying it. I think I just need a break from it. Maybe in a few months I will bring it back, because as I said, like those blues, I should be like lusting and gagging for those blues. But I'm just not right now. And I think it is just because I am quite stressed with so many projects going on at one time, especially eyeshadow projects. I have kind of noticed that my panning little basket is full of eyeshadow. It's got like a few bits and bobs of other things, but eyeshadow seems to be the one that just keeps multiplying, and I keep going, oh no, I need to stop with these eyeshadows because it's getting so much. It's getting way too much, and I just need to cut something somewhere, like anything, please. I have not even used that palette this month. It is always the same story with that palette. I do not use it at all month, and then I look at my filming schedule and I think, oh my god, I'm meant to have used Pan That Palette in Order and I just haven't. So yeah, that's clearly not a good sign. I start like having to panic use the shades because I've just like not reached for them at all. So yeah, I know a lot of you guys are not gonna like that decision, but I just think my little reasoning is if I cut Pan That palette in order, that means that my main Pan That palette can actually be amazing and I can get even more amazing use on my main Pan That palette instead of trying to spread the love and spread the uses on 50 million different palettes at a time. So I'm really hoping that I can make it up to you guys in that aspect because I've got a good feeling about Pan That palette in 2025. I'm going in with something that I love, which I did not do this year. And I'm just excited to just start and really like jump into things. New year, new motivations, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm putting my foot down. Final answer. So the next project that I want to talk about is No Pan Left Behind. Now, I've kind of hinted at the fact that this is not going to be continuing in the traditional way. I still want to keep this in some kind of capacity. However, I've decided that what I want to do is combine No Pan Left Behind and my everyday makeup drawer. So instead of having a dedicated video to No Pan Left Behind every month, I'm going to just kind of use my everyday makeup drawer palette as my No Pan Left Behind, but it's going to be super casual. Like if I've not used 3 shades out of a mega palette, I'm not going to be too mad. Again, there has to be an eyeshadow shortage somewhere, and I feel like doing pan that palette and also pan those eyeshadows is enough. I don't feel like I need to be doing a bunch of other projects, especially if I can like roll a palette into 10 uses as well. Like there really doesn't have to be 20 million eyeshadow project pans, and that is what I'm doing right now, and it's stressful, let me tell you that for free. So yeah, it's going to be a lot more chilled, it's going to be a lot more relaxed. I also do want 2025 to have a lot more looks. I've been really bad at taking pictures of my makeup looks. However, this month has been a little bit different because I have been doing a challenge where I do 30 looks in 30 days. So I have been taking a lot more pictures, and I feel like I'm starting to get back in the habit of taking pictures of looks as well. So hopefully in my projects, not just No Pan Left Behind, but in like all of my projects, I'm going to be doing a lot more looks, and you can see what I'm actually describing, which I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've just not remembered. I've been so bad at taking pictures of looks recently, like it's been so ridiculous, but hopefully not anymore. But I just feel like having it in its own video every month is just more stress for me. If I come on camera during my everyday makeup drawer and I've used like most things but not all of them, it's still like good content. However, if I do a dedicated video to No Pan Left Behind and I just don't use anything, then like that's the whole video, you know what I mean? So I'm just really hoping that I can get a good balance. And I think putting No Pan Left Behind and everyday makeup drawer together is going to be the best way to do that, because I think it's still casual enough to be an everyday makeup drawer, you know? I feel like, again, it's going to be even more palettes cut, and I can't wait for that. I need that. I need that so much. So what is next? Oh, my rolling project pan. That is going to stay. That is like the epitome of my channel. That is the OG project pan. That is going to stay. That is basically my main project pan for things that are not eyeshadows and things that are like base products, cheek products, all that kind of thing. And that project has more like high usage goals, finish goals, hit pan goals, things like that. I do want to continue with that. It's going to be continuing. That is like my best performing video every single month on my channel. So of course that is going to stay. And I feel like with these cuts that I'm doing, it's going to be so much better now. I feel like a bit of a broken record, but the more projects that I cut, the better the projects are going to be, the better the progress in the projects. So I'm really excited for next year's rolling project pan, because I feel, again, this year has just been a little bit lackluster. This year hasn't had that many empties, and I don't want that. I want to have so many amazing empties and progress to share with you, and I've just not had that this year because I'm so overwhelmed. So yeah, that is going to be continuing on. I'm really, really excited. I love that project so much, but I have definitely noticed a decline in progress over the past few months. And finally, I have to talk about one more project, and I'm sure some people may have forgotten about this one because I started this one at the start of the year, and then I don't think I updated it at all because I was like, yeah, this is a bit too much. And that was all the way back at the start of the year. But that is my 100 products in 2023, 4, 5, whatever year it is project. And that is a lot more of a casual project. At the start of the year, I basically sit down and I pick 100 products that I want to pan throughout the year, and I slowly incorporate them into multiple different projects throughout the year. And it's almost like a checklist almost of products that I want to pan throughout the year. And I actually want to continue doing that. I have not done that this year. I tried. I thought I was going to, and then things changed, but I do want to get back into doing that. I find it's a really, really nice way of kind of checking where you're up to in the year and kind of keeping tabs on things. So I would like to jump back into that in 2025. That project is updated every 4 months, 3 or 4 months, I think. So it's not like an every single month thing. It's a little bit more casual. So I want to do that again. I found that really, really helpful in previous years. And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it again. It's not too stressful because it's not like a dedicated project, if that makes sense. It's more like an umbrella project. And so I think it will be really helpful in keeping tabs, keeping track, and kind of logging where I am throughout the year. With that project, I've always said, even when I was panning really, really well, it's not an end-all be-all kind of project. If I don't finish all 100 products, that's fine. I don't really care. It's more just like seeing how far I can get. I don't think I've ever finished all 100 products in a year, but I think that in 2025, I'm going to give it a go again. All right, so this is the basic look done. I'm going to do my brows, I'm going to do my lashes and my lips, and then come back with some final thoughts. Okay, so I'm back with the rest of my face on. This kind of reminds me of a look that I did recently, but a little bit different. But I've wanted to use some Pan Those eyeshadows today. I did indeed hit pan on a shade, which is incredible. You would have seen that yesterday. I think Pan Those eyeshadows is going to go live yesterday when you're watching this. I'm about to film it now, so definitely go and see what shade I hit pan on today because, well, this was the look. This was she. Here we go. What do you think of some of the things I said today? I know some people might be a bit sad, a bit upset, but I think that cutting down on some projects is just going to make the projects that I keep even better, even more enjoyable, even more progress. And I know that 2025 is going to be the year that I come back. You know, I come back. This year has been a little bit crazy. It's been a little bit weird. But next year is going to be the year that everything changes. But this is it. This is where I'm going to love you and leave you today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, as always, please give me a like and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I cannot believe that I've just hit 5K. Oh my goodness me. Let's keep going. Let's see how far we can get by the end of the year. Craziness. Thank you all so much. But definitely stick around because tomorrow is going to be my deck of panning update and you do not want to miss that. All right, see you then. Bye bye.